Well, hello. Now we're going to do Pisces. Now, Pisces, what's going on with you this week? I hope everything is looking wonderful for you this week. It's sometimes we want a better day. We want everything positive. Let's see what's going down, though. What's happening this week that you need to be aware of, though, Pisces? You are somebody I know, allegedly. What happened this week? What's going down? Okay. Something about the desert. So somebody may be in the desert. Something about the desert. What about the desert? Oh, they were doing magic. Oh my goodness. So somebody, Pisces, you or somebody else, or you cross-watching, they were out there getting hocus pocus in the desert. What else was they doing? Trying to do magic. And what else was they doing? Alleging or finna do it this week. But they tried to make a deal, but it didn't work. It's in the reverse. They just basically, it didn't even work. They tried to battle, and this person that they went to got turned off upside down in all kinds of ways. In other words, ancestors was in there tying that ass up. That's what I heard. We was telling that ass up. See the devil here. Okay. So the devil's here. So the devil saw everything. The devil was there when when the ancestors and all them, they whooped their ass. They let them do it. Okay, on the other side or something this week or something, they gonna let them do it. These ancestors, because the devil I'm not finna go down for this. Something they're not going down for. The devil no, what's going on here? What's going on, devil? So the devil doesn't want to go down for this. Oh, the devil regrets even getting in this. The devil says, I regret the homicide. See, they regret even trying to homicide this person on the inside, allegedly. In other words, they was to cause the homicide to this person, and they know justice is coming, so they gotta pay because who this person is. And they got on the boat, and all of them got on the boat to take somebody and do homicide. They were ready. They was all voting and shit, doing hocus pocus, and water sign could be, it's a cult was all in on it. See, they were traveling together. Look at this little witch was all happy and stuff. They were on the road together. And now they're running together because they're running they was trying to run to this house, and then they're going to go missing. And these aliens done took them all for finna do it because they finna say they committed suicide. In other words, the devil said we was by the beach and we saw everything. And this celebrity too here was so greedy, so they was all in on it, and some family members, and now they over here shielding themselves because there's one that's pregnant that's a snake and think that this person don't know you in their house. This is an Aries or something done cleanse their energy, and so now they getting legal scenes for doing Mojo and Jojo to make man-made disasters at a party for somebody, for this male. And then there was a terrible storm they kept trying to do with this accomplice. They were all the partner. They were together. They were a couple doing this to a phenomenon, and they were possessed. See, and they were stealing souls. They were stealing all these souls. See, at the end, they stole all. They possessed them. This earth sign, and then the lady of the light. Somebody shed light on it, and they mad. So this witch is mad because they got told on because the sun came in, and then the ancestors shut it down, and they gave it to Chariot, and this person stays in peace. And this this rather earth sign here wishes things with this water sign, but they were in the secret society. Now they're sitting over there like a harem for, and they're trying to cloak themselves, being neglected and abused at the same time. They feel trapped in a tunnel for their debts. In other words, they're dating and they're having trapped in a tunnel, and they're surveying them, and they have to pay their debts, what they were doing to people, because they were doing this to people, y'all. They were doing this to people, so they got to pay their debts. And they will catch fires too, and then they'll cause these car accidents and stuff in their ego, and then they try to clean it up and take it, they go out of space, and this, in this landfill they be taking people to when they be doing this sex magic that they did on this child. Now someone is looking because they don't want to know that they took care to dismember this situation, to sacrifice somebody, and went and board to get the potion. Even to somebody that was pregnant too by the water, they could have been. They was doing and got married, and they this fire sign, and then they wanted to fake their death. They was meeting on all this about the emperor, this dirty old man, just wanted you to get sick and stuff. They was trying to do revenge on this person. It's a fire sign, but they was acting, weird and looking at people. See how this person watching everything this air sign was doing, and they was over here doing the sex magic. That's what the secret is. There's an air sign that's going to prison because this person's on DRUGS's and stuff because he think they cleaned them out. But this person loves this person. But what hidden is on social media, the cops is looking at everything about somebody that passed away, somebody's spouse or partner, and there's all these burials afterwards, and then they were going in the trees, and these hierophants were doing rituals and setting traps and putting magic out for the insurance fraud. And they lived in a motel, and they was in this organization, and they was getting it, trying to get in people's crown chakra. Well, this person played with the smoke and stayed in somebody's neighborhood and trying to do fraud, and they only wanted this person for a power supply, this grandparent, because they jealous and in natural disaster because they kept going back to get stuff, this air sign, and now they cause their own burial, and they will be buried, I heard, buried alive. That's what the gift they're giving to them. Ooh, y'all better run. That's what they're saying allegedly, because all this mirror magic, you did it to the wrong person of the light, and they mind controlling them now so they can do it to this. Somebody could be African from a foreign country. Oh, they finna do something. I don't want to say this. I'm leaving that alone. Anyway, y'all, the ancestors and the both sides is finna go do something because they messing with the one of the light. So now they finna go get justice, and they finna do what they gotta do. I'm like, oh my goodness, what's going down allegedly? Don't take this personal. Y'all saw me pulling this, but ancestors is talking. They said, yeah. Oh my goodness. Something about Noah. See, somebody said Noah had mental problems in the past, allegedly, and said that you are so lovable. No, they didn't believe that you was lovable. See, they were lying on you, yes, and they said, no, I wasn't doing that. It says, see, they stole your money. That's what the problem was in the past. It was all about your money. That's why they did that. Now I hear voices and stuff in my head. Somebody be hearing voices. In other words, the demons are taking over somebody. I mean, the demons got somebody real deep. Somebody is really possessed. They're really possessed. It said just married, and they're married too. Oh, somebody married a demon. Somebody took a food card and went the wrong way. This mother in the past, allegedly, it says something about dear mind, they wouldn't shut up. Somebody named David said they not gonna shut up. That person never shut up. They never will. That's why we ain't gonna get no prosperity, because they won't shut up. They telling everything. It said you need to stop and you go away, but Most High said kiss your butt. Ooh, Most High said kiss your butt. You ain't gotta go nowhere. Ooh. Most High, what's going on? They scared for doing spell work. Yeah, that's what Most High said you should be after y'all the one doing. This Virgo, your ass in it too. Don't play dumb. You try to be manipulative in the past. Everybody wants to sacrifice somebody. Now sacrifice this. Most High said, I got all of y'all. The police is coming. It says, I am calling the police on you. Somebody said they're finna call for the past, present, future. Somebody calling the police on you right now. So you better run. I never told my kids I was a streetwalker. Hey, it's nothing wrong with we learn from our past. I'm not ashamed of my past. I'm ashamed of people that don't admit they had a past. That's what makes me ashamed of knowing people. So I'd rather be truthful than play dumb. Like, share, subscribe.